Hi everyone. Well, you can see I'm in my bed and I got my PJs on. So today we're going to talk about sleep. About 1 out of 3 adults in the United States get less sleep than they should have. Now, why is sleep important? Sleep's important because it helps you maintain your healthy brain function and your emotional well-being. It also plays an important role in your physical health, and it plays an important role in your daytime safety and performance. Now, adults need 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. A toddler up to the age 12 needs approximately 10 to 13 hours of sleep a night, and teens average about 8 to 10 hours of sleep per night. Now, with the pandemic, there's a possibility your sleep's been kind of taking a little bit of a hit. And that's probably due because of the increased anxiety and stress in your life. Many of you are working at home. You're trying to do homeschooling with your children. You've got health concerns over COVID. You might even have had people within your family ill with COVID. And then also many of you might be experiencing some financial concerns that are directly related to the pandemic. Now, what are some of the risks of insufficient sleep? Well, number one, you're at increased risk for type 2 diabetes. You have an increased risk of cardiovascular disease. You're more prone or at risk for obesity and also depression. Now, when we sleep in cycles or stages. Now, stage 1 is the cycle where you're just kind of drifting off a little bit. Stage 2 is when you have the onset of sleep. Now, stages 3 and 4 are when you get the most restorative type of sleep. That's where your blood pressure goes down, your pulse goes down, your respirations go down, and the hormones that cause you to grow and have muscle development, those are released. Now, the last stage is what we call REM sleep, or rapid eye movement sleep, and that's your dream stage. That's that vivid dream stage where your brain is very active, and this supports your brain activity for the daytime by providing energy to the brain and body, and your muscles relax during this time, but it's that energy to your brain. What can we do to help get that good night's sleep? So here are some tips. Okay, stick to a sleep routine, and you want to stick to that routine even on the days that you're off or you're on vacation. You want to avoid strenuous exercise too late in the day. Now, you can do some light activities such as stretching or yoga, but you don't want to do any of that at least 90 minutes prior to when you're going to bed. So avoid it at least 90 minutes prior for that. Also avoid caffeine and nicotine, they're stimulants, and also avoid alcohol before bed. Avoid a large meal, especially late at night, and avoid medications that delay or disrupt your sleep, such as an over-the-counter cold medicine that's a non-drowsy formula. You wouldn't want to take that prior to going to bed. Now, also another thing that you can do is take a hot bath, relax, and you might want to use some aromatherapy such as some lavender in the water, and that'll help you relax. Now, what about napping? Now, I know you're all thinking exactly what I'm thinking. Who has time to nap? I work all day. I'm busy all the time. I don't take naps. But for those of you who do, there's a few things that you want to avoid. You want to avoid taking a nap longer than 1 hour. Stick to 1 hour. You want to make sure you don't nap after 3 p.m. in the afternoon. And also a good idea to take your nap where you normally would sleep at night. If you actually do have an ongoing problem with sleep deprivation and you're not able to sleep, you probably need to consult your doctor. But before you do that, you need to do a little research so that you can provide your physician with some information about your sleep habits. So you need to keep a diary, and you need to keep that diary for at least 10 days. Now, with this diary or log that you're going to keep, you need to put in specific information for your doctor. You don't want to just go to your physician's office and say, hey, I'm having trouble sleeping. No, you want to give them some concrete information on your sleep habits so that they can thoroughly evaluate your condition. Now, the things that you want to include will be the time that you go to bed, the time that you fall asleep, the time that you wake up, the time that you get out of bed, if you take naps, the time of day that you take the naps, the length of the naps, and how many naps per day that you take. Next, if you have an exercise routine, you want to include that in your log. You'll also want to let your physician know when you exercise, what type of exercise that you do, and for the length of time that you exercise. Also, if you consume alcoholic beverages, let your physician know how much and when. And then same thing with caffeine beverages. Also keep track of how many of those you have during the day, the amount with each beverage, and the time of day that you consume the caffeine. Okay, so let's say you've had a bad night's sleep. What can you do to wake yourself up? Well, first, don't hit the snooze button. And believe me, I'm guilty of it. That little bit of sleep that you get on there when you hit that snooze button and that 9 to 10 minutes you get before the alarm goes off again, it's not a restorative type sleep. So get out of that habit. The next thing is let the sunshine in, as they say. Basically, when you get up, open the blinds, open the curtains, let that sunshine in, because what that does, it triggers your body to stop producing melatonin. And melatonin is what really relaxes us and gets us into those sleep cycles. So we want to stop that production. So get the sunshine in. Next thing, take a cold shower. Now, laugh, but really it does help. And next week we're going to talk about the benefits of a cold shower. But what you should do is take your normal shower with your nice warm water, and then when you're finished showering, give yourself a 30-second blast of cold water. Go back to the warm water, then once again, 30 more seconds of cold water. Just give yourself that cold blast. Next thing, exercise. Try to plan into your schedule a quick workout, a jog, or a walk. And then you can also drink some coffee, but make sure you limit it only to 2 cups and then switch over to water. Now, eat wisely. You want to make sure that you don't have those empty carbs, that you don't have the sugar, because that little bit of sugar that you'll take thinking that'll give you the boost, it gives you a little temporary boost, but then you crash after that. So you want to eat foods that are whole grains and proteins. And you want to avoid eating a very heavy breakfast too, especially if you haven't gotten a good night's sleep, because it's going to make you even sleepier. Also, you want to hydrate. Drink lots and lots of water. And the thing to do is add some ice cubes to your water, because that ice helps to energize you. If you're able to and you can listen to music, create your Pump Me Up playlist and listen to the music. Sometimes that music will just get you going. Let's say, this happens to a lot of people. Midday, about 1 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you kind of have that midday slump. If that occurs, try to get up, try to walk for a few minutes. And if you can go outside and take maybe just a little 10-minute break, it'll revitalize you tremendously. The other thing, last thing I want to talk about is if you use makeup and facial creams. If you do, try to have a eye cream that has caffeine in it. And what happens if you use that caffeine-based eye cream, it'll help reduce the puffiness underneath the eyes. And then also another little trick that our makeup artists use is a white liner, and you use that liner on the ledge between the eyeball and the lashes, and that'll help open up that eyes and maybe not have you look quite so tired. Well, that's all for me today. I want to remind everyone to not forget about on Monday, Ashley Harris will be talking about chocolate and Valentine's Day, because don't forget, Valentine's Day is right around the corner. So have a great day and sweet dreams.